All right, they are stuck in Israel and can't get out. They wanted to visit. Everything was going fine. All of a sudden, you know what went down Saturday. You know quickly what followed. Commercial air travel in and out of Israel next to impossible. All the major American airlines aren't going there or returning from there or trying to get you out of there. Enter Joseph and Sandra, New Jersey residents who just want to get back to New Jersey. Guys, how you holding up?
We're as well as can be expected.
I bet. Well, now, obviously, this happened. All options to get out of Israel stopped happening. There's a move, I guess, guys, on the part of the State Department to get folks like you out. Have you heard anything?
Actually, just heard about it probably within the last half hour or so, or so. The State Department has started to talk about having ships and planes take people out. You won't really have a choice of destination, and then basically you're on your own from wherever they take you. People's guess is that it's most likely going to be Athens, maybe a destination in Europe as well. So, those rescue trips are supposed to start, I think, in the next day or two.
How do you get to Athens, though, if that were the location?
Well, I think the idea is that the U.S. government would get Americans to Athens, and from there you're on your own.
Then you're on your own. Sandra, how are you holding up through this?
Nerve-wracking, but we're just staying safe. We're in our apartment most of the day, and we just go out for food, and just that's the amount of shopping we do, if you want to call it shopping, but it's just a matter of getting food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and
Sure.
we go right back into our apartment because we're constantly looking over our shoulder and just looking around us.
You mentioned an apartment. I'm sorry, I just want to be clear. Are you part-time residents there? Do you go there a lot?
No.
Okay.
It's an Airbnb. It's an Airbnb.
I'm sorry. All right. So let me ask you about that. I mean, you mentioned it. I'm sure it's a little surreal. What is it like in the streets there? I mean, how are Israelis dealing with all of this?
So it's really surreal is barely the word to describe it. We're in downtown Jerusalem, really the downtown, very commercial area, kind of like Times Square, but a lot more mom and pop shops. And typically this time of year, anytime during the day, it's swarmed, it's mobbed, and it's basically a ghost town at this point. You see very few people. People are scurrying around, as Sandra mentioned. People just want to get home, do what they need to do, get home, because you never know when there's going to be a siren,
Sure.
an air raid siren, where you need to run for a shelter. So the streets are empty. There's a great deal of tension. You can kind of just feel it. It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow with the threatened day of jihad.
Right.
How people react to that.
We hopefully don't go too far. But Joseph, Sandra, thank you both very much. You'll get through this, but I don't think you planned on this when you booked your trip, but hopefully it all works out.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
This was going to be a vacation for us.
Yeah. All right. And a memorable one at that. Guys, thank you both very much. We will have more.